It's what's on the outside that counts. So I'm getting this sense that the human race, humanity, is devolving. We went from a place where our outside appearance was important, right? Back in the olden days, back when our outside appearance was all about us. And then we went through a phase of intellectualism, where the most important thing about us was our thoughts, our output, the things that we created, our mental images, the output of it doesn't matter how we looked, it doesn't matter what we did, as long as we put an output that was good, as long as we created something that was good. It didn't matter who you were, what you looked like, but the product of your mind, whatever you created, your output was the important thing. Not the way you looked, not the way you were. We went through a stage where the outside was the most important thing, and then we went through a stage where the inside was the most important thing, where we look beyond the physical appearance of an individual, right? We look beyond people's upbringing. We look beyond people's skin tone. We look beyond people's gender. We look beyond people's sex. We look beyond people's sexual orientation. We look beyond those things, and we didn't care about those things because the output that they created had quality, was worthwhile. And over the last little while, we've been devolving back into that state where it's now what's on the outside again that counts, not what's in the outside. Now, it's not just the woke movement that's causing this. It's part of it. It's part of it where people are judged based on outward appearances that they can do nothing about. Like somebody not getting a job because they're white or they're female or whatever. That should all be about what the human being can do, what their output is like, the merits that they can provide, not what they look like, not what their specific lived experience might be, but the kind of things that they can produce for the organization that they want to work for. It was important. The inside was important. In fact, I think there was a joke, there was a sitcom once where they actually made a joke about when somebody said, one of the characters said, it's what's on the outside that counts. And at the time, it was funny because it was inverting the original statement, which was it's what's on the inside that counts. And for the longest time, it was what was on the inside that counted. But we are now entering a new phase of humanity. We're entering a new phase of society where it's not what's on the inside that counts. It is your outward appearance. It is the way you look. It is immutable features that you were born with that you can do nothing about that are making decisions about how to deal with somebody. It is the outward appearance that's important now. If you don't look like the right kind of person, if you don't act like the right kind of person, it doesn't matter what your output is. It doesn't matter what your output is. It doesn't matter that you could have created something amazing because it's immediately dismissed because of your outward appearance, because of immutable characteristics that have nothing to do with you. We are moving into a phase of society and humanity where the only thing that's important is your outward appearance. And when we move into a phase where the only thing that's important is your outward appearance, we become ridiculously superficial. All we care about is what people look like, what they sound like, who they are, not what they can produce. And the pendulum has swung so far in this direction that people who've created amazing works are completely dismissed because they don't fall into the right kind of categories. They don't look like they should. And people who do look like they should, sometimes their work, even if it's mediocre, is elevated above everybody else's. I think we need to swing the pendulum back. We need to swing the pendulum back to look at the product, the creative product. We're all creative. We're all incredibly creative. We all, as human beings, we're creative beings. We can create amazing things. And what I'm saying now is we should de-emphasize the immutable characteristics of an individual, the outside appearance of people, and look at their work. It's their work which is more important. It's their work that will survive beyond themselves. It's their work that can get better based on the amount of effort that they put into it. I mean, just think of it this way. You have two candidates. One that fits the visual parameters of the kind of person you want to hire. And then you have another candidate who may not fit the visual parameters of the person you want to hire, but has produced amazing work. Are you going to hire the one that fits the visual parameters of what you're going to require? These days? Yes. And those people who meet the visual parameters of what's accepted are going to be successful. And those who do amazing work are going to be ignored and forgotten. We need to get back to making the inside count. We need to re-evolve ourselves into the future where what we look like is not as important as what we can create. That's it for me for today. See you next time, and until then, don't forget to think future.